Good morning, class. How are you feeling today? Feeling good? That's great. Let's play Prefix One Word. I know that you are already acquainted with this game. Therefore, I will no longer discuss the mechanics of the game. What are the words that we learned? Test, measurement, and tools. Those words are connected for our lesson for today. We have 4 different qualities of assessment tools such as validity, reliability, fairness, practicality, and efficiency. Are you familiar with those words? Very good.
Now, let's talk about the different qualities of assessment tools that we must do and acquire. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to define validity, reliability, fairness, practicality, and efficiency. Next, appreciate the importance of different qualities of assessment tools through a pantomime. Last, create a simple graphic organizer about the different qualities of assessment tools. Different qualities of assessment tools: validity, reliability, fairness, practicality, and efficiency. What is validity? Validity refers to the appropriateness of score-based inferences or decisions made based on the student's test results. The extent to which a test measures what it is supposed to measure. For example, assessments used in the classroom. If an assessment intends to measure achievement and ability in a particular subject area, but then measures concepts that are completely unrelated, the assessment is not valid. There are types of validity. First, content validity. Content validity refers to the relationship between a test and the instructional objectives. Establishes content so that the test measures what it is supposed to measure. Things to remember about validity. The evidence of the content validity of a test is found in the table of specification. So as a teacher, you must have a table of specification. Next, this is the most important type of validity for a classroom teacher. Last, there is no coefficient for content validity. It is determined by experts judgmentally, not empirically. The second types of content validity is criterion-related validity, which refers to the extent to which scores from a test relate to theoretically similar measures. It is a measure of how accurately a student's current test score can be used to estimate the score on a criterion measure. For example, the classroom reading grades should indicate similar levels of performance as standardized reading test scores. Under the criterion-related validity, we have concurrent validity, which the data, criterion, and the predictor data are collected at the same time. This type of validity is appropriate for a test designed to assess a student's current criterion status or when you want to diagnose a student's status. It is a good diagnostic screening test. It is established by correlating the criterion and the predictor using person-product correlation coefficients and other statistical tools correlations. Next is the predictive validity, which refers to a measure of the extent to which a student's current test result can be used to estimate accurately the outcome of the student's performance at later time. It is appropriate for tests designed to assess a student's future status in a criterion. Predictive validity is very important in psychological testing, like if the psychologists want to predict responses, behaviors, outcomes, performances, and others. This scores will be used in the assessment process. Regression analysis can be used to predict the criterion of a single predictor or multiple predictors. The third type of validity is construct validity, which refers to the measure of the extent to which a test measures a theoretical and unobservable variable qualities such as intelligence, math achievement, performance anxiety, and the like, over a period of time on the basis of gathering evidence. It is established through intensive study of the test or measurement instrument using convergent or divergent validation and factor analysis. Under the construct validity, we have convergent validity, which refers a test has a high correlation with another test that measures the same construct. Next, divergent validity. A test has low correlation with a test that measures a different construct. In this case, a high validity occurs only when there is a low correlation coefficient between the tests that measures different rates. Factor analysis. Using complex statistical procedures conducted with different procedures. Important things to remember about validity. Validity refers to the decisions we make and not to the test itself or to the measurement. Next, like reliability, validity is not an all or nothing concept. It is never totally absent or absolutely perfect. A validity estimate, called a validity coefficient, refers to the specific type of validity. It ranges between 0 and 1. Last, validity can never be finally determined. It is specific to each administration of the test. Now, let's move on to the next qualities of assessment tools, which is reliability. What is reliability? It refers to the consistency of measurement. That is, how consistent test results or other assessment results from one measurement to another. We can say that a test is reliable when it can be used to predict practically the same scores when a test administered twice to the same group of students, as with a reliability index of 0.61 above. There are types of reliability. We have the test-through-test reliability. Is a measure of reliability obtained by administering the same test twice over a period of time 1 and time 2 can then be correlated in order to evaluate the test for stability over time. For example, a test designed to assess a student learning in psychology could be given to a group of students twice, with the second administration perhaps coming a week after the first. The obtained correlation coefficient would indicate the stability of these scores. Next is parallel firms reliability. Is a measure of reliability obtained by administering different versions of an assessment tool. Both versions must contain items that prove the same construct skill, knowledge base, etc. to the same group of individuals. The scores from the versions can then be correlated in order to evaluate the consistency of results across alternate versions. For example, if you wanted to evaluate the reliability of a critical thinking assessment, you might create a large set of items that all pertain to critical thinking, and then randomly split the questions up into two sets, which would represent the parallel forms. Next is the inter-rater reliability. It's a measure of reliability used to assess the degree to which different judges or raters agree in their assessment decisions. Inter-rater reliability is useful because human observers will not necessarily interpret answers the same way. Raters may disagree as to how well certain responses or material demonstrate knowledge of the construct or skill being assessed. Example: inter-rater reliability might be employed when different judges are evaluating the degree to which art portfolios met certain standards. Inter-rater reliability is especially useful in judgments can be considered relatively subjective. Thus, the use of this type of reliability would probably be more likely when evaluating artwork as opposed to math problems. Four types of reliability is internal consistency reliability. Is a measure of reliability used to evaluate the degree to which different test items that prove the same construct produce similar results. Under this is the average inter-item correlation. That is obtained by taking all the items in a test that prove the same construct. Example, proving comprehension, determining the correlation coefficient for each pair of items, and finally, taking the average of all of these correlation coefficients. This final step yields the average inter-item correlation. Split path reliability. The process of obtaining a split path reliability is begun by splitting in half all items of a test that are intended to probe the same area of knowledge, example, World War II. In order to form two sets of items, the entire test is administered to a group of individuals. The total score for each set is computed, and finally, the split half reliability is obtained by determining the correlation between the two total set scores. Now, we're done with the reliability. Let's come now to the fairness. What do we mean by fairness? Means the test item should not have any biases. It should not be offensive to any examining subgroup. A test can only be good if it is fair to all the examinees. The last quality of assessment tools is practicality and efficiency, which refers to the teacher's familiarity with the methods used, time required for the assessment, complexity of the administration, ease of scoring, ease of interpretation of the test results, and the materials used must be at the lowest cost. Now, as a future teacher, can you acquire those qualities in the future? Great! Any questions from the lesson? None? So, let's come now to group activities. The class will be divided into two groups. Each group will present a pantomime showing the importance of different qualities of assessment tools. Each group will be given 5 minutes to prepare the presentation. Criteria: creativity 30%, mastery 20%, performance 50%. A total of 100%. Thank you, class, for the excellent performance. Now, what did you learn from the lesson? Okay, thank you.
Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something from me today. Now, are you ready for your last task? Thank you. So, your individual task is to create a simple graphic organizer showing the different qualities of assessment tools. Fighting! Thank you and have a great day.